Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my new video, and today I'm gonna solve some questions from Cambridge 17 Test 2 Passage 1. I know it is much more easier and convenient for every IELTS candidate. So without any kind of delay, we just dive into our main lecture. So here we can see as this is a passage one, I think it's very much easier for all of you for solving this. So let's get started with just reviewing the question pattern. So here we can see like question 1 to 5, okay, and the question pattern is like note completion. Okay, so that's the main thing, and here you have to also go through the instruction, like either it is one word or two words or three words, and this is really important. If you cannot have a look this instruction, I think there is a great chance to lower your band score, or you may also get incorrect your answer. So it is really important to go through instructions very carefully. Okay, so as we get this kind of question, what should we do first, right? First of all, you have to just identify some keywords that is really convenient to locate the location. So here we can see some numbers, 94, 1946 or 7. Yeah, it's really important whenever you just get some numbers or years or any particular nouns, that is really a very convenient way to identify some keywords. Okay, so we just identify this number, that is year, and okay, here we can see also three Bedouin shepherds. Okay, and get it, or we can just highlight these keywords, and then okay, we do not get any kind of thing here. Okay, for the next question, date from between 150 BCE and 70. Okay, I think we are done here because we already get a number, 1946, 3 Bedouin, and 150. Okay, whenever we just identify our location, and we will get to here, and then we did it. Okay, very carefully, just we have to identify. Okay, okay, we already have got our location, and just identify three Bedouin. Yeah, we have done here. Okay, okay. So I believe the very first question, first one or two questions come from here. Okay, just assume, not we are sure, but we're almost sure about this. So for the next question, yeah, 150 BCE, yeah, we also got it, and 70 CE. That means these questions may come from here. Okay, now we have to go through very carefully. That is called reading closely. Okay, so here the first question is we have to understand what does it mean, and what it requires. Is it a noun, verb, adverb, or adjective, right? And we have to bound with only one word, not more than one word, or not use any number or something. Okay, so for the first question, like hard, something like Qumran. Qumran is a noun. We don't need to understand what is Qumran. We may also get any kind of idea about Qumran from the passage. So don't worry about this term. So hard, a noise of breaking when one teenager threw a dash. So here the most important is uh. So whenever we are trying to put something on this as an answer, we have to focus before this word. They indicate any single thing. So here the answer must be a singular form. So here we are almost sure about this. Okay, then we are moving to our passage where something like in late 1946 or early 1947, three Bedouin teenagers were tending their goats and sheep there near. Okay, what is now known? Okay, we haven't got our answer yet. One of these young shepherds tossed a rock into an opening on the side of a cliff and was surprised to hear some shattering sound. Look, we have already got our answer. So someone who was shocked to hear something, like hear some sound. So here we may assume that here may uh, our answer can exist here, right? So one of these young shepherds tossed a rock. So tossed means it, true. Okay, so here they paraphrase this word tossed means true. So what he threw. He threw a rock. So look here also mention a and a rock. So rock is answer here. Okay. So answer is rock and we have to put it down here. Okay, done. We are done. And then the next question is teenagers went into the dash and found a number of containers made of something. Okay, here we have two gaps and we have to fill in these gaps by two separate words. First of all, we have to identify teenagers when a place. So somebody who wanna visit something or who wanna go any place, that means it must be a place or any noun that mentions a place or like something. Okay, so and the next question is and found. Teenagers also found a number of containers. Okay, they all here the passage mentions either pots or containers or boxes, something like this, but they use synonyms or paraphrases. Okay, so don't try to identify the exact word like word by word. Okay, so let's dive into our passage. He and his companions later entered. Look, he and his companions. That means they. Okay, they later entered the cave. Here the answer directly is they entered the cave. So this is the answer. And okay, we are trying to identify the next answer. So and I stumbled across a collection of large clay jars, right? So jar means pots or boxes or containers and which were made of clays, right? So number two here, the answer is cave, and the number three, the answer is clay. Okay, so let's put it down on the gap. Okay, they cave into the they entered into the cave and found a number of containers made of clay. Okay, and our next question is scrolls date from between 150 BCE and 70 CE. Okay, I thought here the subject is the scrolls. Scrolls thought to have been written by a group of people known as the. So here the passage may mention known as something or called as or well known of, and here must be a noun. Okay, so let's get into the passage where they mention 150 origin of something is still. When you are trying to read the IELTS reading section, just try to minimize the sentence because there are many additional information you don't require to read it. So just look how I read it. The origin of the okay, the origin. You don't need to read it. Just the origin is. You may just take it. The origin of the Dead Sea Scroll. Till this origin is still the subject of scholarly debate even today. So whenever you are reading in this way, it is very much easier for you to get a clear overview. According to the prevailing theory, they are the work of a population that inhabited the area until Roman troops destroyed the settlement around 70 CE. The area was known as Judea. Okay, At the time, and the people are thought to have belonged to a group called the Essenes, a devout Jewish sect. Okay, so look here what they mentioned. Scrolls thought to have been written by a group of people. So scrolls that may be a documents or their ancient, very valuable documents or something like this. Those were written by a group of people. So now the people who have written this, who are called as what? We have got our answer, right? So here group is called essence. Okay, so here the answer is essence. Okay, this is our answer. And the next question is about the last but not the least is written mainly in the Dash language. So here, either Bengali or English, but we have to emphasize the word mainly because they may mention various types of languages to trick you, so that you may incorrect your answers easily or you may distract from the right answer. Right, so here you have to focus in mainly. They may use main instead of mainly. They mainly use originally, or most of the documents or most of their information were in some languages. So here we have done with this. Okay, majority. Look, the majority of the text on the Dead Sea Scrolls are in Hebrew. Okay, we just get our answer, but to make sure that is there anything which would be much more preferable or suitable for this gap, we have to go through one or two sentences. Okay, with some fragments written in ancient version of its alphabet thought to have fallen out in the 5th century BCE. There are other languages, but look, there are other languages as well. Some scrolls in, okay, here mentioned some, right? And the language is spoken, okay, many inhabitants, okay. Some scrolls are in Aramaic or Arabic. I really don't know what is the exact word. Maybe I just wrote it down differently or mistakenly. But I believe I didn't do this anything because I just got this passage from the online. So I don't think so. It's, yeah, definitely. I have already checked it out. It's Aramaic. Okay, no way, no issues with this. So the majority of text is, or the majority of the text on the Dead Sea Scrolls are in Hebrew. So here our answer is Hebrew. So here we have to write our, okay. So we are done with our 1 to 5 questions. Today we are just completed our reading passage, but for the next day we will solve another kind of question. Oh, so till then, stay well and keep me in your prayers. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.